Favorite time of the event. Reminds me a lot of Judgment Day in the World Championships. This is where everything takes shape. And I can tell you that Bustamante is well aware that he needs 2 racks against Alex Lely to secure a spot in the semifinals, but Lely knows that too.
First of 10 racks.
Yes, Alex playing for pride here, but this will still mean a lot to him. As you said this morning to him, you're only as good as your last match. Plenty of events coming up for Alex. He wants to go out on a positive note, so he'll be giving it his all.
Got a ball off the break, but he's not got no clear look at the 1. Rack number 1 of a scheduled 10. And the wing ball, familiar sight. Certainly for Bustamante, he's been as accurate with the break as anybody, really.
Yeah, he's definitely got the measure of the break.
Just trying to lay in behind that 7, and he's just overhit that. And now he's given Lely a chance to bury him. Can play a good aggressive shot, and that assuming he doesn't want to slice this in, because that's available too. But he could really dig that cue ball down in behind one of those colors.
Yeah, he's got options here. We've seen a lot of players in this position taking the cut on. It looks as if he's doing just that.
And then he's got it. Good effort. Flicked in that 5 as well, but has he left space for the 2 to go in the side pocket?
I think it passes. A little trickier than he wanted. That's a good shot.
Boy, he's matured this instantly into a rack-winning opportunity. You know, this is not the way Bustamante wanted to start this match out. He does not want to find himself under pressure. He wants to get those 2 racks in quick.
He knows how good Alex is. He needs to take every chance he can. And if Alex starts to flow, and let's be honest, it's due.
Overdue, Andy. The way he's been playing, and he was even telling me earlier today that he came here with such high expectations, been cueing as well as he's ever been. And just a few lapses, just a little out of focus, and it's been very costly. Hasn't had a favorable run of the balls, I think that's fair to say too. But he's got a great attitude for this game, and he will be back, make no mistake of that. And the 9 gives him the opening rack against Francisco Bustamante. Alex Lely would love to have seen a few more of those earlier in matches. But it's 1-0, the Plague from The Hague over Django. Francisco really with the only meaningful position in this match.
Leading by 1 rack to 0.
He still needs to secure a place. It wouldn't mean he wouldn't be in if Lely trounced him either 10-0 or 9-1, but he would need help. And he wants to keep everything in his own hands as Lely breaks off in rack number 2. He's taken the opener, and he's got a shot at the 1 here.
And this is the kind of position in previous matches he didn't find himself in. He's on the 1. And he's got a fairly clear run out here. In the previous matches, he's been making the balls from the break, but he's getting no position.
Just gets by that side pocket. A tricky 3, and you can see the 4 just above it. If he gets the 3 and lands on the 4 nicely, really his hard work will have been done.
Just plays this into the corner. Back out off the bottom. And he can spin to the side, but once again, missed a ball you wouldn't have thought he'd missed there.
That's what I mean. It just seems like he's been in and out of concentration and form all week. And that one never even threatened the corner pocket. And Francisco can just get through to enough of this to make it.
Extreme spin on the cue ball. Throws it round the angles. And he's run a little far there, but he's still in good shape.
Just has to avoid contacting that 7. He'll play around the back of it.
Yeah, perfect. Leaves himself an angle on the orange 5. Can play out 2 rails. Leave himself straight on the 7. And if you look, the black 8 and the 9 next to each other. And he's just taking those balls out of the pocket there. It's a rarity, but sometimes these balls can jump back out again.
We've seen it. The Whirlpool Masters in Doncaster to Czech star Roman Hibbler against the eventual winner Raj Hundal. The ball disappeared and came right back onto the playing surface. I'll never forget it. And obviously, Bustamante may well have seen that. He's got one of the 2 that he needs. Rack number 2 goes the way of Django. 1. The former world number 1
Rack 3
has done
is
just
permitted
about
to break
everything
1 rack each.
in the world of pool. He is the defending champion in this event. And he comes to Warsaw with very high hopes, looking to become only the 3rd person to successfully defend a title that he won last year. Only Efren Reyes and Jim Rempe can lay claim to that. And a great break from Francisco here, and everything in the open. The rack that he needs is at his mercy. 1-1 the scoreline.
Yeah, once again, soft break. Well controlled. Well, that just dropped. That was the key ball in this rack.
Well, that's the reason he isn't ideally placed on the 2. He should have been a lot closer and straighter on this 2. But he hit that 1 very thick. Now he's got to just bump this 2 in, play the 3 to the same pocket.
Yeah, fortunately for him, nothing to do with the cue ball. Yep, no problem.
Nice angle now to get back up table for the 5.
Well, it's 2 shots on the bounce there.
But he's not
He's
hitting
the
him.
full size of the pocket.
All I'll say is he's not hitting him clean.
Just needs to run through with this orange 5. Leaves himself a good angle on the brown 7. And this is the rack that counts for him. Just needs to drop the 7 in. Well, he spins it round. He'll be happy with that.
And once he secures this rack, Andy, he'll set his sights on trying to get higher up in the table. Because right now, Torsten Homan, undefeated, top of the table. Tony Drago, 3 wins. Running in second. And Django, with that 2nd rack win, secures a place in the semifinals. Now he can set his sights on Drago. Try and overhaul the Tornado and finish in 2nd place.
Turn the flash off,
2-1.
please.
Francisco over Lely. And Francisco, as I said, has really done just about everything in the world of pool save win the world title. The defending champion here. He's a former World Masters champion. He's also won the World Challenge of Champions on a couple of occasions. And he's
Rack
the
4,
2002
Lily
and
to break,
former
trailing by 2 racks to 1.
1998 Player of the Year. Done it all. Been there, done that. As Lely breaks in rack number 4.
Well, once again, productive break, and he's on the 1. If only this had happened in his earlier matches.
As out of form as Alex Lely has been, you really can't see even an out of form Lely. Well, pardon me.
Well, I don't know what happened there, if I'm honest.
I can relate.
Well, yeah, we both can. but I don't know what he was trying to do with that ball.
Well, he probably just didn't look at it. I actually played a shot in a fun match we had earlier and did the very same thing. Just got down, and the shot was so easy I never even looked at it and missed it. Standard for me, not standard for Lely. But he's got nothing to play for other than just personal pride. And these players, I mean, they really come here and they want to have that killer instinct. They want to, they want to drive stakes through hearts. That's the sort of attitude that they all come to these events with.
That's right. And I'm sure that Alex would love to win this match, out or not. He'll be giving it his all. It's not a question of not being bothered. It's just he's struggling.
Great bank shot from Bustamante there. And it looks like he's going to steal one against Lely's break. A hiccup on the one ball from Alex. And Bustamante does the stake driving. 3-1. He's in front of Lely. And he's got the break in rack number 5 with a chance to further that lead. Alex Lely, the reigning European 8 and 9 ball champion, and also the 2005 Italian Open champion. He's Europe's number 2 player currently in the rankings, and he's done it all on European soil. He would have loved to have come here and hoisted the crown in the 888.com Whirlpool League event, but not to be this year. And as I said,
5. Bustamante
Lely
to
will be
break, leading
back.
by 3 racks to 1.
Got a very strong attitude, very strong approach to this game, and a great work ethic. A winning combination. Bustamante breaks, rack number 5. Not the easiest one in the world.
Does it cut? I think it possibly does. From the overhead angle, it's very, very fine. But I fancy him for this. Well, he attempted it, that's for sure. But once again, a chance for Alex. And he really needs to get going here.
Already trailing 3-1. If he could steal Bustamante's break here, give him a little bit of confidence with which to
Turn the flash off, please.
try and establish some momentum.
That's right, if he could take this one. He breaks next. Favourable break and run. He'd be on level terms.
And he knows, too, that he owes this match to Drago and the other players still jockeying for position.
At the end of the day, nobody wants to go home having won no matches.
Absolutely right, Andy.
For your self-confidence for future tournaments, he'll be trying. There's no question of that.
He never stops. Even watching him on the practice table, he practices as though he's in a match. And what a great work ethic that provides. Just slightly overdrew this. He's got a thin 9 to the bottom left corner to get back to 3-2. Gets it. And Lely back on song. 3-2 still in favor of Francisco Bustamante. But Alex has secured an important rack and will be breaking in number 6. As Lely comes to the table, I started to say that he
Rack 6,
felt like he
Lely to
owed
break,
this
but trailing
match
by
to
3
everyone
racks
else still
to 2.
jockeying for position. The reason that I say that is finishing top of the table as the
shot.
cue ball
Ball in hand.
finds the side pocket. Not a happy sight for Lely, but finishing number 1 means you will play number 4 in the standings, and number 2 and number 3 face off against each other. And the way that Torsten Homan is playing, he looks big favorite to finish top of the table. I wouldn't want to be opposing him.
No, I think you'd prefer the 2-3. They're all great players, but Torsten's definitely on form. And once again there, Alex, just not quite good with the cue ball, just not feeling the ball.
And it could be catching, because Francisco overdrew that by some degree. Just enough, though, to be able to snick that 2 in. Now, the pink 4 on the left-hand side, if he can draw this back with a bit of right-hand spin, he'll need a little bit of angle. He may be able to get behind that to play it to the side pocket. He's having a look. If he's straight, then he's going to have no choice but to either play the 4-6 combination.
Well, he's cutting this.
He is. He's playing it in the other corner. He's going to develop them.
Watch this shot. Well,
Much higher degree of difficulty, but it afforded more positional rewards. Unfortunately for Bustamante, he missed the 3, but you can certainly see what he had in mind. And had he gotten it, he landed on the 4.
Alex looks as if he's hooked here. Snookered behind the pink 4. But if he is, may well be able to bend round this ball. The problem I can see is that if he does make contact, there's a good chance he'll be snookered again.
Well, he's got his playing cue, and it looked to me like he was queuing up as though he's going to jump over the 4 and just go between the 5 and the 7 to get the 3.
I think he's trying to bend this ball. That's what he
Well shot.
tried.
Ball in hand.
Well, he wouldn't have been playing it at that speed, though. I think he tried to do a little of both. Either way, it's cue ball in hand. But if you're going to play a massé shot, you got to play it a lot slower to let the spin take. And at that speed, he never gave himself a chance if he tried to massé it. But either way, Bustamante reaps the benefits. This slick cloth, Andy, we had a chance to play on it. I'll tell you, you start looking at massé shots and those finesse type shots, trying to play on a new cloth. Boy, you live on the edge, aren't you?
You really do. Anytime the cue ball hits the cushion with any spin, it doesn't take like your normal club table. It's much more difficult than it looks, I can assure you.
Seven and 9 to reestablish that 2-rack advantage for Bustamante.
Lovely shot there. Deliberately nudged into the 9 ball. And he's playing this one left-handed.
That easy. 4-2. Francisco surges in front of Lely. And Bustamante needing 2 more to secure the maximum 2 points and move up on Tony Drago in the standings. We'll have to beat Homan to overhaul Bustamante. So many calculations still to be worked out. The 1 off the break, deposited. He's got a long look at the 2.
Yeah, once again, a good break. Unfortunate there, the cue ball kicked down table and across to the side rail. But it gives him a long shot there. 2 ball into the corner.
Great shot. Now looking at the combination. The 3 onto the 6.
Can just float this 3 onto the 6. Doesn't want too much pace. Played it perfectly, as you would expect. And from here it should be plain sailing.
Have you ever seen anybody on a pool table make the game look easier than Bustamante when he's in full flow?
I was about to say, he just makes it look so easy. Finesse, the control. The ball floats around the table. The spin takes him the distances he wants to go. Very rare you see him hit the ball very hard.
Was forced to play safe there. He just overran ideal position, just as we were talking about how well he controlled it.
As always.
Standard procedure, Andy. But he certainly hasn't left anything favorable for Lely, has he? Look at this.
Does he bank the 7? Well, he tried. And tried in such a way that he had a chance of going safe. Depends whether he has the angle. If he has, we know he'll be taking on the bank shot. One of the very few times you see Francisco Bustamante miss a bank shot.
No, he is one of the best in that department. Alex with the 7 and the 9. To keep his hope of winning a match here in the 888.com Whirlpool League event alive. 4-3 in favor of Bustamante, but Lely with the break. When we are back in rack number 8, the Plague from The Hague still in with a chance. Head referee Michaela Tabb sets the rack.
Rack 8, Lely to break, trailing by 4
And
racks
Lely
to 3.
wants to disperse it. Oh, he was willing that 1 to get past the 6. I don't know whether there's a pocket available. Very tight. 4-3 the scoreline in favor of Bustamante.
But if Alex does manage to make this one, and it was tight, we couldn't see for certain whether he could get through past that 6, but I was about to say if he could take this rack, level the game up, every chance of his first win, and it'd be great for his confidence.
No, he's got to try and take something back to Holland. And he even said in a pre-match interview, is the cue ball hard enough to find the corner?
Falls
Yes,
up.
gravity
Ball in hand.
does take place, and Alex Lely with ball in hand and a chance to get back to 4-4. He knows he's got European Tour events still waiting. And when you can get a scalp the ilk of a Francisco Bustamante, it's got to put you in good stead. And you never know when you're going to face off against an opponent again, so you know, it's always nice to get that monkey over him. We all know that, Andy, if we've competed.
That's a fact. He's played that well. Just caught the 3, but it still goes.
Just got to make sure and get above that 8.
And there he's tried to spin that ball back out. Extreme Czech side or English on the cue ball, and it's caused him to miss the 3.
Yeah, it was the side spin that increased the degree of difficulty to that 3 and brought about the miss. Difficult to help our viewers understand unless you've actually played this game, and certainly at a high level. All players know anytime you start leaving that center line on the cue ball, the degree of difficulty goes up at least 3-fold.
At the very least. Once again, on the 8 ball. Drops in the corner, easy 9.
To guarantee himself 1 point in the draw, the 9 down. 5-3, the score confirmed here in the Knott building. Francisco Bustamante in front of Alex Lely. He's got his chef Faye on the right and D on the left for added support. Bustamante won't know it, but if he wins one more rack,
Rack
he
9.
gets the win
Bustamante
over
to
Alex
break, leading
Lely,
by 5
he will
racks
force
to
Tony Drago to beat Thorsten Homan in our next match in order to stay above Bustamante on the tables.
Well, that was a great break once again. Clear view of the 1 ball. He's got the pace nailed. He knows just how hard to hit that rack. And there, one in the corner. Back out to the middle of the table. Slight angle for this red 3. And once he gets back onto this pink 4, he's got the table at his mercy.
Played that with a little right-hand spin as he looks to straighten that cue ball up off the cushion, and he's going to have to kill the speed of this 4 as well. Probably played with just a little drag shot, slow bottom.
This is the thing with the way he plays. They just flow. Shots like that where they drag the cue ball, kill the pace of the ball.
Well, he's a lot like all the Filipino players. They're very wristy. They get a lot of action with a minimal amount of effort due to that loose grip. You'll see Bustamante's backhand. It's just the 2 fingers, really. Well, the thumb and the forefinger that grip the cue. Everything else is there just for control. But he generates so much power with so little effort. And this 9 gets him the maximum 2 points. It's going to be a win. 6-3, Bustamante in front of Alex Lely. Another 2 points go the way of the defending champion. So Lely with nothing to do now but try and break and clear up. His last rack in Warsaw.
Final
He doesn't
rack.
want Bustamante
Lely to
out of his
break,
chair
trailing by 6
other
racks
than
to
to shake
3.
hands. Got the one in the side. The 1 stayed on the table. He got the wing ball, 4 into the corner. And a good thing for Alex, the 1 did stay there. 6-3 the score.
And knowing Alex, he'll still want this rack.
Never stops, does he?
No,
I mean,
never.
any of the top players. They play everything like it's for their life. And the pockets, certainly for Alex Lely, all week here in Warsaw have probably looked more like Mouse's ear holes. And the balls look like basketballs to him.
Just hasn't happened for him this year. But he's a quality player. And you know he'll be back.
4 colors between Francisco Bustamante and a 7-3 win.
Just floats the green 6 in. Nice angle on the brown 7. 3 balls away.
Just like flowing water. The Maestro. It's not 7-3 the final score here in Warsaw. Bustamante sees off Alex Lely and moves into 2nd place ahead of Tony Drago. It'll be down to the Drago-Homan match to determine whether Bustamante finishes 2nd or 3rd in the tables. But a great performance from the former world #1.